Hi guys, I hope. Am I audible properly? Good afternoon, everyone. Hi. So, guys, am I audible properly? Cool. Okay. So, let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen, guys? Cool. So let's start with what we are gonna do today. In next 2 hours, what you are gonna learn, right? So at each one of us, each and every one of us have seen websites, correct? And if you are watching this session right now at this moment, then in that case, you must be, attending this session through any browser, right? Either it can be Chrome or it can be Safari or it can be Firefox, right? And you are watching this session on YouTube, which is nothing but a website, correct? So in this session we are going to learn about what is web development, and to be precise, what is front end development and how you can become a front end developer. Cool. And after that, basically we will take our basically first step into this front end development field with the basics of HTML CSS. So hi guys, welcome to the session, which is short front end development roadmap with the basics of HTML and CSS. Before starting, let me introduce myself. Who am I and why I am taking this session? So, hi guys, I'm Swati Jha. I am currently software engineer at Grow. Grow is an investment platform, and there basically we are trying to solve investment related problems for our 2 million users. And currently, Grow, investment platform, so basically, Grow is available on all the platforms. Either it is iOS or Android or web. So currently, I'm working on the web part, and each day, each single day, we are trying to enhance our user experience, enhance our features, so that we can help people to solve their investment related problems and make their experience, their fintech investment experience, smoother and better. Before joining Grow, I was the part of Squarebot Solution. As it is a service based company, I got an opportunity to work on multiple languages and on multiple projects. So there I basically majorly worked on Dunzo was my first project in Squarebot Solutions. Then after that, I worked on their ATS platform website. After that, basically, I worked on EduNext, which was on React Native, and it was an app which is already live in Android as well as in iOS. And along with that, I have worked on a couple of other projects as well, including Quest and uh, basically for a girls website for a girl. I made a girls doctor website too. Along with that, apart from that, basically I have also mentored many students in the field of front end development and guided them so that they can pursue their career, they can start their career, front end career, more better and in a smoother way. Okay, so currently I am an instructor in AccioJobs too, and there basically we are constantly trying students to give them a great experience of learning, and as well as we are helping them to build a strong resume so that they can easily find a job. Okay, now without wasting any further time, let's get started. So in this session, what will we learn? Okay, so in this session, first thing which we will learn is front end development. What is front end development, and what is the scope of front end development. After that, we are going to learn the roadmap to become a front end development. Basically, uh, everything which you need to know before starting your career in the field of front end. Okay. After that, basically, we are going to explore front end languages and frameworks of JavaScript. Okay. Then at the end, I will give you some interview tips for finding an internship or basically for any freelance opportunities in the front end. Cool. And last but not the least, basically we will be starting our front end development. This journey we will start with basics of HTML and CSS. Prerequisites: no, you don't need to know anything in prior before starting this session. You don't need to know anything basically in advance. This is a complete beginners friendly session, and basically you don't need to know anything in advance for starting with front end development or with starting with basically this session. Okay, I will tell you each and everything which you need to know in this session regarding the front end development. Okay, so I hope you all have joined through your laptop, right, or your computer. Am I right, guys? Cool. Okay. Okay. So basically, right now, basically, the tools you require to basically go with me, practice with me in this session are a laptop, and in this basically with in your laptop or in your computer, you need to have one browser. It can be any browser, Chrome or Firefox, so that you would be able to see the end results, whatever we are going to do, so that you would be able to see what are we going to do and what is happening in the behind the scenes in the background. Okay, next thing you need to have is one IDE. Okay, so it can be any ID. It can be VS Code, Atom, Notepad++. Anything is fine because we are gonna learn the basics of HTML only. So even Notepad would work. But I would prefer, I would ask you guys to install VS Code because VS Code is better. Okay, even if you have joined this session through your phone, it's okay. You can basically rewatch this video anytime you want and practice the session. Okay, practice HTML and CSS. Cool. So guys, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing first, what is web development? As we know that website basically all the websites are the collection of web pages, correct? And basically these basically web pages help us to see a complete website, correct? Now the building and the maintenance of these web pages are known as web development. Okay, it is all the work that is happening in the background to make a website stand out in terms of looks, in terms of functionality, or in terms of performance for the user. Okay, so web development is nothing but it is the it is the building of all the web pages from scratch, and after building these web pages from scratch, it is basically maintaining these things. Like, let me give you an example. Like currently I'm in Grow, right? We have built V1 version of Grow. Okay, so side by side what we are doing is basically we have built the final product, correct? But side by side, internally we are continuously maintaining our websites. Means we are continuously upgrading the technologies, we are continuously upgrading the basically solution which we have, we all the code which we have used, so we are optimizing all the codes behind the scene. So web development is all about making new things, making the web pages from scratch, and maintaining these websites, maintaining these web pages. Okay, uh Cool. That would work, Gokul. Even Notepad plus plus is good. I started working while I was working. I started my journey with Notepad plus plus only. Cool. So now let us see the parts of web development. Web development is divided into two parts. First is front end, and second is back end. Okay. Now the front end part, that as you are seeing the website currently, right? You have joined, if you have joined through your laptop or through your computer, okay, and you are seeing the YouTube website, okay. In that case, everything which you are seeing on your computer, on your browser, is basically done on the front end. Okay, all the search bar, all the text, all the videos, all the audio, it is all, everything is written on the front end only. Okay. And after that, basically all the micro interaction, like if you click on the button, what will happen next? Okay, these micro interaction, these functionalities which you are seeing right now are happening on the front end side of the web. Okay. Now the second thing is backend development. Okay. Backend, in backend now, basically all the logics are written. Okay, all the data manipulation is done on the backend part of our website. Cool. So you have heard that basically of DB's database, right? So all the database manipulation, all the data manipulation is done on the backend part of the website. Cool. Now let us understand more about front end and back end. What are these, and basically what are the role of these with the help of an example. So you all have seen Instagram login page, right? And you must have मतलब होगा यार account, right? And मतलब in that account, basically while logging into your account, you must have seen this UI, correct? This image which is on the left side, and this Instagram logo, then two input tags in which you have to add phone number, username or email address, right? Or one input tag for password. Then you have seen this button, login button and sign up button. And along with that, you have also seen these two links, login in with Facebook, forgotten your password, question mark. Okay. Also this footer links, meta, about, blog, jobs, help, API, privacy, these footer links, right? And also these download on App Store button, get it on Google Play button, right? So everything which you are seeing right now on the screen now, this is the part of front end. This is the user interface which a front end developer makes. Okay. Now suppose you are basically logging into your Instagram account, and what you are gonna do is basically you will enter phone number, okay, and password, and then click on the login button, correct? So okay, do you want me to explain in Hindi? Okay, cool, ठीक है. तो I will basically try to explain in both languages. Okay, English as well as in Hindi. Okay. तो अभी क्या हो रहा है, अमित, सॉरी किंग, कि अभी इस टाइम पे यहाँ पे हमारे पास बेसिकली जितनी भी चीज़ें हम स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं, राइट? All these things are the part of front end. Okay. And everything that is happening behind the scenes, जो भी पीछे काम चल रहा है, ठीक है, जो भी बैकग्राउंड में काम चल रहा है, वो सारा हमारा बैकएंड के अंदर आता है. Cool. Now so let's see what happen if I type phone number and password, and then I basically click on login button. ठीक है. Suppose मैंने phone number जो है वो गलत डाला. Suppose I mistyped my phone number. Okay. And Suppose I basically mistyped my phone number. Instead of writing my 10 digits phone number, I wrote 9 digit phone number. ठीक है, मतलब मैंने 9 digit का phone number डाल दिया instead of 10 digits. Okay, then in that case what will happen कि as soon as I and I forgot to type my password. Okay, as soon, in that case what will happen, as soon as I will click on my login button ना, जैसे ही मैंने login button पे click किया, ठीक है, I will get an error saying that phone number should be of 10 digit and password field is required. ठीक है, so these interactions, these validation part is also handled by the front end only. Okay, so ठीक है, so these things basically come in the front end only. Cool. Now, uh, so let's see what comes under the backend part. Cool. So in backend, what we do is basically, suppose you have typed your phone number and your password correctly input in the input tab. ठीक है, and then you click on the login button. ठीक है, as soon as you will click on the login button, what will happen, the your basically a front end will generate one request with your credential and send it to the backend. Okay, now what backend will do in this case is backend will check if your phone number and password are correct. Okay, if your phone number and password are correct, only in that case you are redirected to your account. Otherwise, for phone number and or password are incorrect, message will be shown on your UI. Okay, ठीक है, तो basically this is the power of backend. Okay, so matlab basically you, after filling your phone number, your password, basically your credential, you are not redirected to my account or AccioJob's account, or basically in your friend's account sitting next to you. You are redirected only to your account. Okay, so all the logics, all these things, like all the data manipulation is done on the backend side of the website. Okay, and all the matlab, these UI part, all the UI user interface things, all the input tags which you are seeing, all the micro interactions which you are seeing are done on the front end part of the website. Cool. Okay, so guys, actually I think बहुत सारे लोग हिंदी मतलब इंग्लिश सिर्फ प्रिफर करते हैं, सो आई एम गोना गो विद इंग्लिश. ठीक है, आई विल ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन इन बोथ लैंग्वेजेस. ओके, ठीक है, ओके, cool. So this is about front end versus back end. Cool. Now in this session we are going to learn about front end development only, as I'm a front end developer, and in this session we are going to see how you can become a front end developer and how you can start your journey today with front end. Okay, so let's, before starting the front end or learning the front end, let's see what is the scope after learning the front end. Because at the end of the day we want a job, correct? And at the end of the day we want a job that is secure, and after that we can see growth in that, right? So as you know that each and everything needs a website, correct? Each and everything which you can even imagine, each and every product you can imagine is basically needs a website, right? If you are watching Netflix on your computer or on your laptop and basically chilling at home, then you are currently watching a website, correct? If you are watching videos on Amazon Prime or Hotstar or YouTube, or basically you are learning things on Geeks for Geeks or lead code, then you are you basically using a website, correct? And as long as we need the website, we will need the front end, correct? Because without front end, what will we do with the back end, right? We need a user interface so that user can interact with it, correct? That's why there are so many job opportunities in front end development field, and there are plenty of basically internship opportunities too in the field of front end development. Now, yeah, I know DSA is very hard, but the best part is like if you are in the field of front end development, unless you are going in a very tech giant, okay, like in Google or in Amazon, then you will, in that case, basically if you are front end developer, then you don't need that much level of DSA, okay. So, for learning the front end development, I will tell you about app development language too in a little bit of time. Give me some time, I will tell you that too. Okay. So, basically, if you go on LinkedIn or on Internshala, you will be able to see plenty of jobs in the field of front end. So, you will have basically a great career growth opportunity in the field of front end. So, without wasting any time, let's get started with the front end development learning and all the languages which we used in the front end development. So, in front end, we use three main languages. First is HTML, second is CSS, and third is JavaScript. Okay, so now let us understand what these languages do with an analogy, with a story. Okay, suppose you want to make a mummy, okay, and the this mummy glows in the dark, and as soon as it comes in the light, now its eyes become red. Okay, these are the traits of this mummy. Cool. So first thing what you will do, the first thing which you will do in this case is basically you will make the structure, right? And as soon as you will make the structure, basically you will try to isko basically make it attractive, make it look appealing, right? So that it could look like a mummy, correct? And after do basically making it looking like a mummy, okay, you will add some functionality at the behavior of the mummy, like it glows in the dark, or its eyes become red as soon as it will come in the basically in light. Okay, so just like this, just like we have made the mummy, we made the websites. HTML, hypertext markup language, forms the structure of our website. Okay, and it basically help us to create the skeletal system of our website. Cool. But as we know that just the skeleton system or just the structure of the website is not enough, because user won't use that website because it will not look good. It will not look visually appealing, right? So basically, basically for to save from this problem, CSS comes into the picture. CSS stands for Cascade Style Sheet. It helps to make our web page more appealing, more more user friendly, and helps user to interact with the website more basically better. Okay, then JavaScript comes into the picture. JavaScript adds the functionality in our website. Okay, remember I told you that if we don't add, if we add, add incorrect phone number or don't add the password in our login form which we are using in the Instagram, it will basically show us the error saying that basically you have to add password or the phone number is wrong, right? So these functionalities, these validations are added by the JavaScript only. Okay, we use regex for that, and we add the validation functionalities in uh, form, or basically any type of functionality is added through the help of JavaScript. Now the things to notice here is HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, right? So as the name suggests, it is a markup language. It is not a programming language. Again, CSS stands for Cascade Style Sheet. Again, it is a styling language. It is not a programming language. Okay. The only programming language which we are using right now in front end development is JavaScript. Okay. So when you will start learning the basically front end development, always try to learn JavaScript in depth and as good as you can. Okay. uh okay. So JavaScript is really easy. It just you have to focus, and basically you have to understand the whole concepts, so that you won't fumble in the next steps in the advanced topics. Okay. So JavaScript, for JavaScript you can easily go with any good website, or also you can join AccioJobs. Here basically we teach JavaScript in depth, and basically we tell all the concepts in a such a manner that you won't find JavaScript confusing. Okay. I will Abhilash, I will come on span tag as well. Give me some time. I will basically tell each and every tag, all the node or angular queries. Give me just a few minutes. We will cover all these topics too. Okay. So you don't need much DSA to get into front end development if you are applying for a startup. I'm not talking about the tech giants company like uh, Google or basically in Microsoft. But yeah, if you are trying to apply in a startup, then in that case they will be more focused on your development skill rather than your DSA skills. But at the end of the day, they will also ask problem solving question in JavaScript. Okay. And yeah. So that's it about the front end languages. So guys, do you have any question? So we need React for front end to get. I will come on that too, Ravi. Matlab basically I will talk about the frameworks too. All the frameworks which we can use, all the trending frameworks basically. Uh, for OOPS concept now, look, Ja- in uh, in JavaScript now, you can if you can now basically go on javascript.info website. There, OOPS concept are very well explained. Okay. So also you can reach out to me on LinkedIn if you want, and I can help you guys with OOPS concept. Well, Himanshu, you can join us here in AccioJobs, or you can do the self study from W3 schools, or basically Mozilla Mozilla website, and or basically from the uh, javascript.info website, from the documentation. But the problem here is now the data is very scattered, right? Matlab, you can learn this topic on your own, and it will be very easy for you too. But the problem which usually a beginner faces, that we have the data on internet, we have matlab, basically we have good you know tutorials too, but the problem is to find them and to stick with them. And it becomes very confusing for a newbie to basically keep on track, because there are a lot of tutors which are telling in their own manner, right? That's why I think it is better to start with a course, a proper course, so that you don't basically get confused or don't lose the track. Can yes, you can get an internship if you, even if you are a pass out student. We will, for example, we Shahid, we will talk about the good project ideas too in upcoming slides. It's been taught at yes, we teach I think Java too in AccioJobs. I think for me it was front end development. So actually, I enjoyed working in front end development. So I chose. from the starting, right from the first year of my college, I worked on front end development, and I basically had 1.5 years of internship experience before joining Grow. So I think I wouldn't have stayed in the front end development if it wasn't fun for me, right? So I think you should choose whatever is fun for you. It can be front end or back end, whatever that suits you. Okay. Yeah, Himanshu, you can surely do these topics. You can surely, work on front end development or back end development. I have my friends who are from electronic field, or basically electronics and communication branch, who are currently working in the field of web development. So you can easily, join. Basically, you can easily uh, can switch the career from mechanical to software engineering. It is very easy. Then what which is better? I think for me, uh, I think according to me, front end and back end both are good. Okay, and both are better. Okay, it depends upon your skill set, on your own, basically na interest. What do you want to pursue? Because at the end of the day, you have to learn both things. Okay, you can't be in a long run, you can't be only a front end developer or a back end developer. Okay, in a long run, you have to become a full stack developer. Okay, that's why basically now try start learning any field. Okay, start learning in any field, continue doing that, and eventually you will basically learn the other field too. Okay, want to become a React.js developer, but I find it difficult. How to overcome that fear? Oh, it's very easy. I'm gonna tell you the roadmap of learning any framework. Okay, so basically, don't worry. React.js is very easy. Literally, I learned it within 3 weeks only. Okay, and uh, before joining Squareboard, now I was an Angular developer. Okay, so I didn't knew anything about React.js. The company trained me in React within 3 weeks, and my first project was done so only. So don't worry, React.js is a very मतलब, easy language, very मतलब, बहुत प्यारी language है यार. So you will fall in love with React. Don't worry. I will tell you the roadmap for learning React.js. JS, which is better? We will talk about in our upcoming slides, Tarun. Okay, which framework is better, React or Angular? What is the most popular CSS framework? Bootstrap or Tailwind? I think Bootstrap was more famous earlier, but now I think Tailwind is also taking the market. But yeah, Bootstrap is like evergreen, so yeah, it is more famous, I think. Can you give me yeah, sure. At the end of the session, I will share my LinkedIn ID with you guys, and you can reach out to me anytime you want, so that basically for any kind of guidance, or for any kind of basically, if you want to apply into any company, or you want any type of guidance for development, or for resume building, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. So today we are not gonna build any project in this session, but we are going to see the entire roadmap of front end development, and we are going to do the basics of front end and back end, and we are going to basically see the interview tips for cracking any interview for internship in front end. And yeah, so let's move on. Let's uh, let's see other things too. Okay, so now you have learned these things: HTML, CSS, JavaScript. What next? You have completed these you have completed all the concepts related to HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, so now what you should do, you should basically start building basic projects in HTML and CSS. So these projects can be a little projects, okay. It's not necessary that you have to build a very big project, like which includes 6 web pages right in the starting. No, you can build a small project right in the starting, and eventually you can basically start building bigger projects, okay. uh, okay, so after creating some basic project in HTML and CSS, then start making 2 3 copy projects in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These copy projects are available on AccioJob's YouTube channel, so you can easily find any Swiggy clone or Zomato clone or Amazon clone. So try to make these copy projects in starting, okay, because at the end of the day you won't be able to directly jump and make all these things right from the scratch in the starting only, okay, because it basically you must be knowing the concepts, or you have the idea of all the concepts, but the coding structure is very important, right? How to write an optimized code, and how to basically not write redundant code, that thing you need to understand, right? And for understanding these things, the copy projects are the best way, okay. So try to make 2 3 copy projects after building basic project in HTML and CSS, okay. And for these copy projects you can refer AccioJob's YouTube channel, okay. After that, basically now you have made 2 3 copy projects, cool, and you have also worked on basic projects in HTML and CSS. Now it's time for you to make a project of your own, okay. Now think of an idea, and now start building your website along around that idea, okay. Like while I was in my second year, basically in the starting of my second year, okay, so at that point of time I was basically I was like, now I'm done with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I have made 2 3 copy projects as well. Now what next? So my mentor told me that it's time for you to think an idea and start building a project. Okay, this project will be your own idea, and this thing will be at later stages when you will host this website, and when you apply in a company, and your resume will be seen by any HR or any recruiter. Then in that case it will be it will leave a very good impact, right? Because you are building something from scratch on your own, okay. So after completing these things, basically after making 2 3 copy projects, think of an idea. Like I what I did was I made a website named Hometel, and basically in that website now you could have booked uh, PGs or hostels, okay, because we already have OYO for hotels and all, right? So I wanted to build a website at that point of time for PGs or hostels, okay. So just like Airbnb and all. So it was like 5 to 6 page website in which included one login page, okay, one sign in page, and one home page. Then one page stating the location of the property, and one page for stating the basically the background, or the giving the background and overall information about the property. One page for contacting us, okay, and one page for the feedback and all. Okay. So this was basically my project which I did in second year, and you can do that too. Basically you can basically work on any idea of your own, and you can basically make one good project of 5 to 6 pages, okay, web pages, and which can include a login page, a sign up page, a home page, right, a landing screen, and basically the thing that project do, or their primary pages, okay, one contact us page, one about us page, okay, cool. So you can basically think of an idea and make the start working on that project. So now you have made the projects, right? You have also learned the basics of HTML. okay, and CSS and JavaScript. So what happened in my second, at the end of, my third semester, I was like, okay, now I have built one project, one good project, and I have also two three copy projects in for my resume. I think I am ready to apply in the uh, apply for the internships. Okay, and I was like, now I'm a front end developer, I can say that I'm a front end developer. So my mentor told me that no, Swati, you are not a front end developer yet, because for no, for choosing, basically now you have to choose the framework of front end. Okay, because if you see any company now, any company, like Amazon, Flipkart, or basically Grow, or Netflix, you Instagram, okay, you will see that none of these companies are made on entirely on HTML and vanilla JavaScript. Okay, these companies basically use frameworks, correct? Because you can make websites, you can make websites, okay, in front end. Okay, you can basically add all the functionalities in your pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript website, okay, but is it optimized? No, it is not optimized. This is the main problem which you will face if you go with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript website only. Is it basically faster in comparison to the website which are made with frameworks? No. You will have redundant code in your system, you will have a longer pages, and which will eventually make the coding, very complicated. And matlab, there was a time when I worked on a website which had like 10 pages, and uh, they were entirely in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. In each page, okay, in each and every page, I had to include the header section. Okay, and the header section was same for all the 9 pages. Okay, so which made these and I had to write this header section in all of my code, in all of my basically in all of my pages. Okay, on in all 9 pages. Similarly, I had to include the footer section, which was also similar for all the 9 pages. Okay, and again, I had to basically write this code, this footer code. Okay, in all these 9 pages. This was not the only problem. Okay, suppose if I want to change even a small thing in one page, okay, in header, okay, then I have to go and visit all the 9 pages, and I have to basically make the changes in all these pages again, because we are using pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and the code is very redundant. Our website will become very slow, because our bundle size will increase, right? At the end of the compiling, our bundle size will increase, and it will basically create problem in future, right? That's why you will have seen that all the companies, all the good companies use a framework, any framework, for the development of front end websites, front end of their websites. Yes, that's why we use Angular or React or Vue or Ember.js. That's why we use frameworks. Okay. No, actually, I have like 2.5 years of experience, in which 1.5 year of experience in internship, and 1 year of uh, full time experience. Okay, what is it? They, they say is required for front. Yeah, look, the essay is something which from which you can't run. Okay, I would suggest you that, okay, you can start with front end development, you can focus on front end development, but side by side keep practicing DSA. Okay, data structure and algorithm is very important, and it will give you, in depth knowledge, if that what we are doing and why we are doing. Okay, like updating the DOM tree, why we are updating the DOM tree. Okay, so things like that now. it will give you a better clarity. Okay, so don't run from DSA. मतलब basically a very good level of DSA is not required for front end developers, but you should know, or you should have the basic understanding of DSA. Okay, I know React JS is not a framework, it is a library, and which we will discuss in upcoming slides. All the companies use front-end languages. Yes, all the companies which have websites use front-end languages, and these are the main languages: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. ठीक है, तो HTML, CSS and JavaScript तो यूज करते ही करते हैं. ठीक है. Yeah, I think शायद you have to work on basically JavaScript too, and I would suggest you that learn one framework too, because so far I remember I got my first internship back in my college days in third year, and at that point of time I knew only HTML and CSS, and so they started paying me only 2,000 rupees. Okay, but as soon as I learned one framework now, it just doubled my value. Okay, so you can start working in HTML and CSS, but eventually you have to learn matlab basically a framework. Okay, so let's move ahead, guys. So which frameworks you should choose, and why you should choose that framework only? Okay, so confused, right? So because there are so many frameworks in market: Angular, React, Ember.js, Vue.js, right? So let's do one thing. Let's see the stats, like number of jobs by front end frameworks. Okay, so as you can see in the chart, that React have the highest number of front end jobs. It have the highest number of opportunities, and even right now I am working in React JS, and my basically very basically grow is also using uh, is using React only. Yeah, Angular is a great choice too, and I will come that too on Swapnil. ठीक है, तो basically ठीक है, उसके बाद we have React and Angular. After that we have Vue, in which people which who are using Vue now. There are few people who are also using Laravel or basically Ember.js, but they are very those companies are very less. Okay, so you know for better understanding, you should start learning with React JS or Angular JS. I started my career with Angular. I did 6 months of internship in Angular, but eventually I had to move on React, because it is upon the what company is using, right? So as I mentioned before, Squareboard taught me React JS from scratch. They gave me a 3 weeks training, and as I had prior experience in Angular, so it was quite easy for me to switch to React. And after that I just fall in love with React, and basically I kept on working on React only. So currently I'm working in React JS only in grow too. And as basically React is also evolving and improving, so we are also trying to move in next.js too. ठीक है, so now as we have seen that React and Angular are the two most you know uh, trending languages in our front end frameworks, right? And they have the highest number of job opportunities in front end market, correct? Now let's see that which is better, and why which is better, or okay, so let's see which framework you should choose, React or Angular. So first thing first is, React is not a framework, guys. React is a JavaScript library, okay? And Angular is a front end framework. So you will get more options to do in you get more functionalities to do in Angular, as it is a fully fledged front end framework, while React is just a JavaScript library. Okay. The next thing is I'm gonna drop some alienated words on you, but I hope in later in your career you will get an understanding of these words too. So, okay. So basically Angular is basically uses two-way binding. Okay. Basically what it means is you can communicate with child to parent component and parent to child component. Okay. But in case of React, it uses one-way binding only. Okay. Now uh, Angular is a framework and it uses a real DOM. Okay. While React uses virtual DOM. This is a very while I was interviewing for SD1 roles, this is the question that I was asked for, like more than 10 times, as I had experience on both the languages, Angular and React. So this is this thing which can help you for preparing for interviews as well. Okay. So you should know that the difference between both of these frameworks or libraries. Okay. So next is Angular is a bit slow because as it is a fully fledged framework, right? So it have a very large bundle size. Okay. Okay. And React is faster in comparison to Angular as it has smaller bundle size. Cool. So because the it is a library, right? So in comparison to Angular, it have a smaller bundle size. Okay. The next thing is companies using Angular in 2022. So you can see that all the major companies, all the big companies are using both the languages. Okay. Like Microsoft Office, Gmail, Upwork, Netflix, PayPal, these big companies are using Angular right now. Okay. And also, React is quite famous too. So, all the companies like Meta, Instagram, Grow, Uber Eats, Discord, Walmart, PayPal, Bloomberg are using React in 2022 right now. Okay. So, basically, you can choose any language of your own choice. It's just uh, you just have to have basic understanding that for your project which language is better, and what are the functionality both of these are providing. Is it sufficient for you to start? Okay. So basically you can go with any language, Angular or React. Basically document object model, yeah. DOM is document object model, and basically now it is a separate topic in its own. So we can't basically go directly in this now. So abhi let's see these things, and I think we can move further, right? Now we have seen Angular versus React. Now let's suppose you have chosen a framework. Okay, let us say that you have chosen React as a framework. Now what's next? How can you start learning any framework, or basically how can you start working on the framework? Okay. So for that, what you have to do is you can start things by learning with documentation or any video lectures. Okay. Whatever you prefer. Okay. It can be anything, a documentation, a React documentation or Angular documentation. Both are basically perfectly written, and both have basically good visual representation of things. Okay. And you can also go with video lectures, or basically you can also buy any course from AccioJobs, um, in which you can get an idea of all the frameworks, whatever you prefer. Okay, React or Angular. And basically you will get it's upon you. Basically it's upon you that how you like to study. Either it can be through documentation, or it can be through video lectures. So for documentation, Angular and React both have their own documentation which are very well explained. Okay. The second thing is, after learning these things, after learning the basics of React and or Angular, see, okay, now next what you should do? Next, what you should do is, you should start converting your existing project in React or in Angular, okay, in your framework. Okay, because right now you have a static project, correct? Now this project which you are basically converting, okay, you already have HTML CSS written, correct? And okay, so you already have basically written all the HTML CSS code, right, in your existing projects. So it will give you an upper edge. You will not waste your time in coding the same things like HTML and CSS. You will just basically get a glimpse of things, how things works in background, right? And you will be more focused on working on the your frameworks. Now, after converting your existing projects in React, now again think of an idea and now build a dynamic project, because earlier you used to making some static projects, right? Now think of an idea and make dynamic projects using APIs, or basically using paginated APIs, and uh, use the component structure very wisely, okay? So because these will help you in future, okay? So now you have learned the frameworks, you have also basically paid the projects. Now what next? So the fourth step which you have to do after basically learning the basics of HTML, of choosing the right framework, choosing the right basically learning that framework, converting your existing projects into that framework, and after basically choosing the an idea and working on that idea. Now what next? Now right now, before starting you didn't had any prior knowledge, right? You didn't had any projects, but now you have projects, you have skills to add in your resume, right? So now it's time to get some experience, okay? You have done the first step, practice, second step learning, third step experience, right? So now it's time to get an experience, and for that you can start looking for internship on on basically LinkedIn or Internshala. I in my college days I used to find internship through Internshala, but you can also go on LinkedIn or any job platform, job searching platform, and search for internships. There are plenty of internship available in front end development, and if you have the right set of skills, you can you will not face a lot of problem in getting hired. Okay. No, it's not that difficult. Basically, Parik, you just have to learn all the skills in which field you want to go. Okay, in front end, back end, or in AI/ML, it just you have to have the right set of skill set. Nothing else. The average salary of front end developer varies actually according to your experience and according to the skill set you hold. Okay, you can also get 30 LP package, or you can also get 5 LP package. It just depend upon your own skill sets. So how to get an internship? Let's see now how to get an internship. Okay, these are the tips which I share with each of my mentees, each person who come for the guidance. Okay, so first thing first you have to do is the most basic thing which student don't do. ठीक है, वो resume बना, they will make a resume, ठीक है, and the resume will be very plain. They will add GitHub link in their in their resume, okay, and they will add skill sets and everything. But the most common mistake what they will do is they will not host their projects. ठीक है, so the first thing you have to do is whatever you have built so far, host them. ठीक है, okay, and you can host these uh, on Netlify or Heroku or on Firebase. Okay, host your project so that when recruiters see your resume now, then in that case the resume would would showcase your projects, and these projects basically have the GitHub link as well as the link, so that recruiter don't have to basically struggle a lot. They can just click on the link and see your work. Okay, so that's what I got feedback from one of my interviewer. In in my early days, what I used to do was basically I just made the project and didn't host it anywhere. Okay, so that's what my first interviewer told me, that Swati, you have to uh, so basically matlab, you have to host your project so that recruiter don't have to go on your GitHub link and then clone that GitHub project and then see your work. You have to basically host your project so that recruiter don't have to struggle a lot. Okay, after that, after hosting that project, all your projects, build your resume. Okay, and in your resume include everything uh, projects, or include your skills, and if you have done any community work you can include that too. Okay, so make a good resume. Okay, and start applying. Okay, you can apply through any job searching platform, but I would say you should prefer Internshala or LinkedIn. Okay, matlab basically LinkedIn on top. Okay, because I think LinkedIn is more reliable in terms of finding job. And second number is Internshala. You can also go for Internshala for searching internships in field of front-end development. Now the second thing which usually newbies do is they don't apply in many companies. They will be like, I have applied for 2 3 companies. Okay, and now basically these companies will call me back. Okay, but that's not how it works. There are plenty of candidates. Just like there are plenty of opportunities, there are a large pool of candidates too, right? So try to apply 10 to 15 companies daily, unless and until you find the internship, unless and until you find the company which you were targeting. Okay, the type of company which you were targeting. Okay, so apply at least in 10 to 15 companies daily through Internshala or LinkedIn or any job searching platform. Okay, so after that, basically with along with the applying in different companies, you need to start preparing for your interviews. Okay, you have to revise all the HTML concepts, all the JavaScript concept, all the CSS concepts. Okay, start revising all these concepts. Primarily, start revising your JavaScript concept, because so far I have observed, okay, people usually go for JavaScript in questions more rather than HTML and CSS. And even if they ask HTML and CSS question, they are quite basic, like uh, what is the difference between HTML4 and HTML5, what are the new tags introduced by HTML5. Okay, so these are the type of questions that uh, a simple company ask in case of HTML5 or CSS. Okay, or in case of CSS they ask for box model. Okay, so that you can easily answer that. If you have learned HTML and CSS uh, in depth, then you can easily answer these questions. But you have to revise your concept, JavaScript concept thoroughly, because as it is a programming language, right? So the questions will be around problem solving too. Okay, they will ask you to solve a problem, or basically write sorting in JavaScript, or they will ask you to remove the duplicates from an array, right? These type of problems. So basically, revise your JavaScript concept thoroughly, and also practice problems in JavaScript. So the best way of preparing interviews for JavaScript is just go on YouTube and search top interview questions. ठीक है. You will see plenty of videos for JavaScript interview questions, and it will give you an idea, okay, how these interviews will look like, and what are the questions they can ask you. Okay, after that, after preparing uh, you know all these things, you can basically go and watch mock interviews on YouTube. Okay. Apart from that, you can also practice mock interviews, and basically you can practice mock interviews with your friend or with anyone, with your seniors. Okay. And that's it, guys. These are the things which you need to know for preparing for an internship. And I am pretty sure that's what these are the things. If you do it properly now, you can easily find a good internship. Like within a month you can land on a good internship. Okay, if you follow all these 5 steps properly. So so front end is not related to design, Vivek. In front end now we code actually. ठीक है. तो front end is related to the creation of UI in or coding of UI. ठीक है. तो developer gives us the design and we code it in HTML, CSS, JavaScript or React, and or in any framework. ठीक है. So you can go and basically you can check AccioJob's courses on their official website. Also, if you want to join any AccioJob course, then in that case, you can basically you will find a link, form link. You can also fill that form, or basically so that they can contact you for joining any course. Okay. DSC level question in JavaScript. DSC level question so far, I people have asked me regarding the array problems, okay, or bubble sort in DSA, okay. In JavaScript, they asked me precisely to code in bubble sort, or basically all the sorting algorithms in in JavaScript only. Okay, so these are the DSA level questions in JavaScript, and there are good questions too. Like they will also ask to basically make you, to make prototypes in JavaScript, to write the prototypes of all the functions which you use, inbuilt functions which you use. Okay, like like they can ask you to make toString or any inbuilt functions. No, Parik. मतलब basically, even if you are an aerospace engineer, you can easily find a job in software field. It just you have to have the right set of skill sets. Cool. So these were the some preparation tips. Now let's start our journey with HTML and CSS. Okay. So for HTML and CSS now, the best website I think so far I have found was W3 Schools. And so here you will find all the all the concepts in front end development. For the front end developers. Yeah, I can. Matlab, no, in my first company, matlab, in Squareboard Solution, there was a person who was only 12th pass out, and he was hired on the basis of his skills only. So he was a backend developer there, and he was just 12th pass out. So degree is not must for this job. You just need the right set of skill sets. That's it. No. For certificate, you can just fill up the form, which is pinned in the chat section. And look, some level of DSA is necessary for getting front end job, but not to the extent in which मतलब backend level तक extend नहीं चाहिए. but you need some sort of understanding of DSA. Like I was asked normal stacks question or linked list question or basically recursion level questions but mainly I tried to apply in startup only because I wanted to get an experience, okay, to get exposure, okay. So I didn't wanted to apply in a MNC right in the start of my career. So mostly startup ask normal DSA question and basically जो छोटे छोटे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं ना लाइक स्टैक्स रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन और लिंक लिस्ट related questions, that just like that only. And basically they will be more focused on your JavaScript skill, okay, because at the end of the day they can teach you any framework, okay. At the end of the day they can basically help you to move from one framework to another framework, but they will need JavaScript good JavaScript skills for improving your coding logics. Uh, the, the thing is it depends upon on which stage you are in, right? Basically for improving your coding logic you can also start practicing question from lead code or from geeks for geeks, and you can also basically start building projects if you are talking in terms of the development. So okay. So now, guys, let's do one thing. Let's move further and see uh, HTML and CSS in depth. Okay. So for learning HTML and CSS, okay, or for creating any web page in HTML and CSS, you have to make first one HTML file. Okay. Let's name this web page as homepage dot uh, html, okay, or index dot html. Let's name it index dot html, okay, index dot html. I'm using here simple html, basically VS code. Here you can use any id of your preferred choice, okay. You can use notepad plus plus also, you can use atom also, but I would suggest you to move on the this I would suggest you to move on VS Code because most of the people are using, most of the companies are using VS Code. My last company, in my last company, people were using VS Code. Even in here, uh, people are using VS Code only. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Okay. So for HTML, okay, hypertext markup language, as the name suggests, you have to make a file, okay. You can name this file anything, okay. Here I have named this file as index.html, cool. And here basically what you have to do is basically you have to make the boilerplate of this HTML, okay. The first thing which I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write doctype, okay, doctype HTML. So here this doctype HTML suggests, okay, are you able to see my screen clearly now? Okay, one second. I think dark mode. Actually, I prefer dark mode only, though it would be better for me as well. Actually, due to some lighting issue with my laptop. Okay, so first thing which we write in our HTML file is doctype HTML. Okay, this doctype HTML suggests that our document type is of HTML5 type. Okay, so this is the first line of our HTML code. Then we write HTML and along with closing tag. Okay, this is our opening tag and this is our closing tag here. Okay, then inside this HTML, okay, we write head. Okay, this head section basically handles all the meta information. Meta information is the data about data. Okay, so everything which we are gonna write in the body section, okay, it will hold the information about that things. Okay, like I in head section now, I can basically provide link for my css file. Okay, I can also write css. Okay, I can also write link of my javascript file. I can also provide link of my bootstrap files. Okay, cdn links of my bootstrap file. So I can basically add meta information in my head tag. Okay, second is after that, basically we will add body. Okay, so in the body part now, everything which you are seeing on the browser right now, everything, each and everything, it is written inside this body. Okay, so suppose I want to write anything right now. Okay, or I want to uh, write hi, I'm Swati Jha. Okay, so in that case what I will do is h1. Okay, and hi, I am Swati Jha. ठीक है, as you can see here, whatever I have written in my body section of my code, it is printed as it is on the browser, right? So for showing anything on browser, for we have to write it in the body section, and all the information regarding this the things contained in body are written in header section. ठीक है? Okay. Second is, now let us understand what are elements, what are tags, what are attributes in HTML. Okay. So in HTML we form the structure, right? In so let's see any example of element. Okay. The first thing is tag. This h1 here, okay, which I wrote in line number 5. Here it is one opening tag. Okay. Second, on which we close our content. Okay, this is our content. Hi, I'm Swati Jha is our content. Okay, and hey, this angular bracket slash h1 is our closing tag. Okay, so this complete is known as element. Okay, first this is our opening tag, as it is opening a tag. Okay, then we have our content in then after that we have our closing tag. Okay, so our content is comprised of three things. First is opening tag, the content, or closing tags. Okay, then we have attributes. Okay, attributes provide the additional information about. I have to install any plugin. H stands for heading Google here. Okay, and no, actually, basically you don't have to install any plugin. Okay. Hi Nava. Yeah. So let's move on to other things. Okay. First is we have completed the elements, right? We have completed the tags. Now let's move on to our simple things like attributes. Okay. So now suppose I want to add any image. Okay. So for that I can use image tag, correct? Okay. Inside that image tag now, we have to provide source of the image. Okay. Okay. So now, okay. Now, also I have to provide alt, in this case alternative text, if suppose if the image falls. Okay. If we don't, if the image tag is unable to find the location of the image, then in that case we have to provide the alternative text, right? So you have seen that in sometimes when your internet is not working fast, or there is some issue with internet, then in that case basically you have to basically you see some broken image and you see a text under that, right? This is alternative text. So what this src at alt is doing right now is basically providing additional information to image, right? So these things are attributes. Okay, attributes are the additional information which we provide to our to our element. Okay, and usually we provide this additional information, this attribute in our opening tag. Okay, so this is our attributes. Okay, now let us understand the headings properly. Okay, so h2 now from h1 to h6. Okay, we have 6 heading tags. Okay, h1, h2, h3, h4, h4, h5, h6. Okay. So these are the heading tags which we have. Okay. So you can see as uh, as the number is decreasing, so is the font size of the text, right? No, Vivek. It is the additional information which we are providing. Metadata. We add the metadata in our header section, head section. Okay. So you can see here that hi, I'm Swati Jha in h6. Okay, here this text is the biggest, right? And it have the highest font size. Then h2 have slightly less font size than yeah, slightly less font size than h1. h3 have a little bit lesser size than h2 and h1. Okay, again so on. The h6 have the smallest size, right? And it is basically quite it is not visible properly, right? It is basically the size of font. If we give the same size to paragraph, it will show the same, right? And if we add the font weight. Okay, so these are the heading tags which we have in our html. For learning HTML and CSS, you can go on basically W3 schools. You can learn easily. ठीक है there, and ठीक है तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी, वहां से आप बहुत easily फ्रंट एंड सीख सकते हो. ठीक है, one after and before front end developer. As in, actually, I'm not getting your point, Ashok. What after and before front end developer? So for preparing for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript interviews now, you can go basically for JavaScript interviews now. Basically, what you can do is you can just search interview questions on YouTube, and also you can basically revise all the concepts of your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And apart from that, basically make a good resume and make some good few projects. Okay. So navigation menu and header are quite different actually, शायद. ठीक है. So for learning Bootstrap now, you can just basically go on the Bootstrap website. Their documentation is quite good. You can start learning from their documentation only. No, no, no. They will not ask DSA in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript interview. Yeah, I think becoming good in any HTML, sorry, in any front end language, you just need practice, and you will easily become a good front end developer. So for becoming good in Bootstrap, just start making or start building projects using Bootstrap. For front end, React is not compulsory, but it is good to have. ठीक है, मतलब you can basically choose any other frameworks too. You can choose Angular too. Okay, so you can choose any framework of your own choice. Yeah, you can join, Priyanka. You can basically practice on free code camp, and for better understanding now, you can check out javascript.info. ठीक है. Now let's move on to our other concepts. Okay, now after that we have also paragraph tags. Okay, paragraph tag, in paragraph tag now we don't have any bold, मतलब the text is not bold, and it is a simple language. ठीक है, अगर कुछ भी लिखना होगा ना in paragraph tag, it's lorem ipsum वगैरह वगैरह. ठीक है, so it will print as it is. Okay, there will be no styling here. Okay, it will not be bold or not be italic, anything. Okay, it will just print as it is. Then we have uh, DOM manipulation. Sonu, is a different concept. Okay, uh, it will confuse people here if I start talking about it. Basically, DOM is document object model. Okay, and we can discuss it in some other lecture or in some other class. Start working on anyone. ठीक है, एम सो ये मतलब एक बार ट्राई करने से ही पता चलेगा कि दैट यू वांट टू गो इन फ्रंट एंड और बैक एंड. ठीक है, फर्स्ट सी दैट which is your strong side. Creative, you are more creative or you are more logical. If you are more logical, then go in the back end side. And if you think you are more creative, because you have to deal with the UI daily, right? UI part, then if you think you are more creative, then in that case you can go in the uh, front end part basically. It will not take much time to learn HTML and CSS. We are learning HTML and CSS right now, so you can basically learn with me right now. Yeah, Ankit, you can join AccioJobs and get a placement from AccioJobs. So matlab, you can easily join even if you are from electrical engineering. There is no problem. Next we have our paragraph tag. Okay, after that basically let's see the some styling. Okay, let's see some styling things. Okay, now in HTML now or in CSS we can style through three ways. Okay, first is our internal styling. So second is inline styling, and third is external styling. Okay, so let's see what are these things and what are their advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so let's do one thing. Suppose I want to style the suppose I want to now style the my text. ठीक है, and in this text now what I want to do is मेरे को ये जो है ना रेड कलर में चाहिए. ठीक है, तो in that case what I can do is, ठीक है, I can just go on my paragraph tag. ठीक है, and I will provide an attribute named as style here. ठीक है, and inside this now I can basically add any style which I want. Like मेरे को color चाहिए. ठीक है, so I can add color red. Okay. So you can see here that we can see the color red here. ठीक है, next we can also provide styling using internal CSS. Correct, so this was the type when we were using inline CSS. ठीक है, in this case we are just mentioning the style attribute and writing the CSS code inside the opening tag of our element. Okay, next next we can do is internal styling. Okay, For internal styling, what we can do is we can just write the style tag here, okay, and inside this style tag, we can basically style our element. For styling our element, we have just selected the p tag, paragraph tag here, okay, and here basically I can give color to it, okay, color red, cool. Let's see. You can see again, even if I have removed the styling, we can see that the paragraph is still in red color. Got it? Okay. So basically, you can see here that we can also style our component or our elements with the help of internal styling. Now, the third method and the most used method here is external styling. Means keeping everything of CSS in a separate file. Okay. For that, what we have to do is basically we have to create a separate file. Okay. Let's name it style dot css. Okay. And in this file, we will keep our all the HTML part and our all the CSS part. Okay. So in this case, we can see that we can add our CSS. Okay. And for linking this CSS, we just have to add the path of the CSS. Okay. So basically now you can just link the CSS. Okay. For link the CSS, you can just have to write link href and the path of the CSS, which is style.css, and that's it. Type is equal to text slash css file. Okay, that's it. And inside this internal css, sorry, external css, you can basically style these components. Okay, so here we can just write paragraph tag, okay, color and red. Okay. Okay. There is some issue with my CSS. I will check it and let you know the issue. Okay. So let's move on with other things. Um, then about after that, we can also basically now the let's see the advantages and disadvantages of everything. Okay, of all the things which we are using. So, in case of internal styling, what is happening right now is if we are doing the internal styling, okay, we are just increasing the size of our HTML component. We are just increasing the size of our body, right? We are basically styling the component here, right? And suppose I want to give color as red, and then I want to give font, okay, font weight as 500, font weight as 500 pixels, okay. And then I want to give some more classes. Okay. So in that case, what will happen is basically my internal styling will become very very huge, right? And my code will become very huge, right? My HTML code will become very huge. That's why we prefer. Second. Uh, Hi guys, am I audible properly? Am I audible properly, guys? Okay, got it. ठीक है. So what it will do is basically it will basically increase the size, right? And it will basically increase the size of our HTML part, ठीक है, which we don't want. We want our code to be clean so that even if our file become 1,000 line or 2,000 line, the CSS code will not basically add it to make it 2,000 line, okay? Because CSS का अलग code होगा, तो it will basically make our code look more optimized and more feasible for us. Then after that, paragraph tag, okay, after this styling things, we have formatting और comments, ठीक है. Now we can also comment, ठीक है. तो for commenting code ना, basically we can use this ठीक है, hashtags in JavaScript, or in case of HTML we have to use this, ठीक है. You can see here which, right, this is a commented code actually ma'am, ठीक है. तो here for this, for adding any comments in case of in our HTML, we can do it by adding one angular bracket and then this exclamation sign, and here between these uh, dash dash we can write our comment. Okay, cool. Next thing is basically what, मतलब why should we write comment? Okay, comment help us to make our code more basically good, okay, more readable, ठीक है. And if you have ever worked with a good company, ठीक है, you must have seen that all the code that is written is well commented, because uh, it might happen that currently you are working on this project, but after some time, ठीक है, some other guy or some other person will work on this on the same project, ठीक है. So it should not happen that the person is not getting the idea what this piece of code do. That's why we always add comments in our code, okay. After that basically we have links, hyperlinks basically. Hyperlinks are used for the redirection purpose, okay. We are these are also known as anchor tags, okay. And inside here we can write like, hey, navigate me to Google page. Okay, and here in anchor tag, okay, uh, I can provide the URL. Okay, for providing URL, I just have to write href and let's give it the Google URL. Okay, here I can provide href, and inside this I can provide the URL. Okay. Okay. Now, if I click on this, hey, navigate me to the Google page, this page will take me to the Google page. Okay. And now, suppose I don't want this page to open in my current tab. I want it to open in another tab. Okay. For that, I can set the target. And here, I can provide the target as blank or as, okay, as a new tab or something. Okay. So for basically setting the target, I can provide the target attribute. Okay. Now let's see other topics, okay, which are colors, bookmarks, okay, images. As we have already seen the images, right? Like we have to provide image, in image we have to provide src tag and alt tag, right? uh, then we have tables in html. In case of table, okay, look, I'm gonna just tell you what is table and how we can make the tables, okay? So I have a one homework for you. You go and on w3 school check what is row span, what is column span, and how can you use that, okay? So basically tables are a way for developers to arrange the data in tabular manner, ठीक है? मतलब there are times when we have to see the data in tabular manner, right? कि सारा डेटा जो है वो एक ही रो एक ही कॉलम के अलग मतलब स्प्लिट ना हो, ठीक है? तो इन दैट केस वी यूज टेबल्स, ठीक है? So for using tables, okay, first we have to add the table tab, then we have to add, okay, td tab or, okay, sorry, tr tag, which is table row, okay, which initialize the table row, and then we have to add the table header, okay. मतलब in this part we will add our table headers, okay? So let's say I just want to add two things, name and profession. So and again, now I have to add for adding more values, okay, I have to create another row, and inside this another row I have to create tds, okay. And inside the td I can write my name, and I can write profession as software engineer, okay. Cool. So so you can see here that uh, it is properly setting in terms of table, right? Even if I add few more columns, few more rows here, it will be in proper tabular format, okay. So now your homework is that you have to search uh, about row span and column span, okay. Like if I save this, yeah, you can see that everything is coming in tabular manner, okay. Yeah, so target attribute decide how page will display or open example. Basically this target plan will open a new tab, okay. We have other options too in target which will help us to basically open the page in new window as well, okay. Or you can also open the page in the similar in your same page only, okay. Yeah, right. So for basically removing the border, you can just provide additional property as matlab additional css as border 0. So for adding look, this is the part of css, okay. For adding basically borders, now you can just go in table and you can just basically add one second, table, okay. And here basically you can provide css to the table, okay. We will come on that too, that how we can we provide a border radius, and how can we use color, font weight, font size, okay. So just wait for some time and we will basically cover all these topics as well. Okay, still if you have the right skill set now, Manu, you can easily go and basically uh, you know can find a job in front end development, right? Nava, basically as Nava said that for border we can also use border attribute in table. Yes, you are, Bhanu, you can learn programming, okay. You just need one laptop and a dedication to learn front end development or back end development, anything which you like. Okay, so that's it about table, guys. Then after that, basically, we have other things like lists. Okay, we have two types of list. First is ordered list and second is unordered list. Ordered list are the list in which basically you will get a number. Okay, like in this case you can see in ordered list we are seeing 1 2 3 4. Okay, in case of unordered list, okay, in front of every item you get a bullet sign or basically a square board sign or rhombus sign, right? So these are the ordered or unordered list. Okay, so I'm giving you a brief about all the concepts. Okay, for learning all these concepts in detail you can basically check out the W3 school website, or you basically for learning all the front end development in depth, you can basically join our AccioJob classes, and there we can basically guide you and teach you HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Redux, okay, in depth. And we will be also making projects in HTML and CSS. Okay. So next, basically, the next important things, okay, the next very important topic is block and inline element. This is one of the most important interview question as well. Okay, so people will ask you the difference between block and inline element. Okay, now suppose I'm writing a piece of code. Okay, and I want कि मेरा जो code है ना, it is properly well written and I want it to basically ना like I want it to be distinguished from other code. Okay, okay, so for that I can use divs. Okay, I can use a lot of things. Okay, so basically suppose आई वांट माई कोड, ठीक है, कि वो एक बॉक्स के अंदर है, ठीक है, एंड सो दिस डिव, द डिव प्रोवाइड्स अ बॉक्स, ठीक है, इनसाइड दिस जो भी मैं लिखूंगी नाउ, लाइक अगर इफ आई एम राइटिंग अ पैराग्राफ, ठीक है, and in this paragraph I'm saying I'm all writing lorem ipsum only, okay, again I'm in this div only I'm writing one h1 tag, okay, and again in this h1 tag I'm writing lorem ipsum text only, okay. So now suppose if I want to keep this h1 and paragraph tag within the width of 500 pixel, okay, then in that case I have to provide a class to this div separately. Sorry, add CSS property separately, right? I have to add CSS for paragraph and h1 separately, right? Now if that's where the div comes into play, okay. Now this div will help us that we can now just provide CSS here in div only, and this basically CSS will be implemented in all of these, okay. So agar if I write with 500 pixels, then in this case what will happen, it will be implemented in both case in p1 and in case of h1, okay. So now, after that, let's understand the difference between block level elements and inline elements. Okay. Now, the block elements are the elements which take some amount of extra space. Okay, from top, bottom, right, left. Okay. As soon as we declare it, okay, it will take some extra space. Okay, and uh, okay, so it will add some extra space, and basically like if you can see here, okay, if I can basically check the paragraph, okay, paragraph tag, and I just add a border here, okay, style border and pixel, ठीक है. अगर suppose करो if I add here border, ठीक है, you will be able to see that it will take automatically some space around it, okay. you can see here that it is taking some sort of space from top, bottom, right, and left. Correct. So the difference between these things is basically they automatically take some space from right, left, top, bottom, and they spread equally, okay, from top to bottom. And apart from that, basically the most important thing to notice here is basically it adjusts automatically, okay, in the element, and it always start with a new line, okay. And it takes the full width available, jitna bhi width available hoga it will take the full width, okay. So this is about block level elements. Now let's come on the uh, basically inline elements. Now we have inline elements like span, ठीक है. अगर suppose करो I am adding span here, ठीक है, and in this text, okay, and span में I have written my name Swati Jha, ठीक है, and here I have provided some style as color red, ठीक है, and ठीक है, font size 16 pixels. Font size at 16 pixels. Okay. So here you can see that basically यहाँ पे if I run this code, you would be able to see that we have Swati Jha as in red color, and the font weight here is 16 pixel. But the important thing to notice here is that it is not starting from a new line. It is adjusting itself in the uh, in the same paragraph tag only. Okay. So basically the inline elements don't start with a new line. It basically adjusts according to their parent element, and basically they don't take any space, okay. They don't automatically take any space, okay. They take only as much width as required, as necessary, okay. So this is all about block level element and inline element. This is one of the most important interview question, guys. So if you haven't read about it, go and read about the block and inline elements. Then we have classes and we have IDs, okay. Now suppose I want to select this element, okay. Ab suppose here we have one paragraph element, and now again I'm writing one paragraph element, okay. And here again I am writing hi, am we are learning HTML, okay. We are learning HTML, okay. So you can see here that we have one paragraph tag on line number 11, and we have one paragraph tag on line number 7. Correct. Now, if I try to style these paragraph tags, okay, what will happen? Suppose I want to provide red color to the above one. ठीक है, मुझे सिर्फ इसमें चाहिए red color. ठीक है, and मुझे नहीं चाहिए कि I don't want red color to be added in the line number 14 line. Okay. So in that case, what will happen if I don't use any selector? Then in that case, the color will be added on both, okay, on line number 12 as well as on line number 15, okay. Sorry, 16. So to avoid this situation, okay, to avoid these cases, we we can use selectors, okay, HTML selectors. So HTML selectors help us to select any class or any basically help any element. Okay. So selectors are nothing but attributes. Okay. So we have two types of selector. First is class. Second is ID. ठीक है. Class can be provided to another elements. ठीक है. मतलब अगर मैंने एक जगह class mention की है तो I can also give it to another element. ठीक है. Suppose I am giving class here as red. ठीक है. I can also mention the same class in my h1 tag too. ठीक है. But in case of IDs, we can just give that ID only to the only to the मतलब one element. Okay, id should be always unique. ठीक है. So uh, suppose if I want to give color red to this paragraph tag and h1 tag, not this paragraph tag of line number 16, then in that case I can use selector red. And for red, basically for classes, I have to add a dot. ठीक है. And then I have to write my class name as red, and inside this I can provide my css. ठीक है, like color red. So you can see here, ठीक है, that css property is not applied to the line number 16 paragraph, but it is applied only on the first line, and that means the paragraph tag of the things inside the div, and inside this, and the h1 tag which is inside the div line number 13. Okay, in which we have provided the classes. So now I have one question for you guys. Okay, and I think you guys would be able to answer this question. Now we have h1 tag, right? And we have also paragraph tag, correct? And we can style paragraph tags too, correct? We can give it font weight and font size, and if we give it the right font weight and the right font size, then this its size will be equivalent to h1 tag. Then why do we need to have the मतलब, why there was the need to have h1 tags. ठीक है, नीड ही क्या पड़ी उसकी. Guys, do you know the answer? Okay, cool, let me tell you guys. So this is very interesting. ठीक है, तो मतलब this is also a interview question. So what is the main, motive of adding h1 tag in html? So h1 tags are not only for for providing headings. It is mainly for the seo purpose. Okay, so for any page now, try to add h1 tag only once, h1 tag twice, s3 tag thrice, to for better seo, for better search engine optimization of your website. Okay, so we can basically provide the same classes, the same, you know basically same everything to p1 and h1 tag, and basically we can also provide basically css properties to paragraph tag and make it equivalent, look equivalent. ठीक है, in terms of looks we look equivalent to h1 tag. But h1 tag helps in the search optimization. ठीक है, while paragraph tag is normal text. ठीक है, the मतलब basically google seo will take it as a normal text, while it will take as h1 as the most important text. h2, it is also important, but it is lesser important as compared to h1 tag. Similarly, h3 is also an important text, but it is lesser important than h2 and paragraph tag. Sorry, h2 and sorry, and h1 tag. ठीक है, so and so on till the h6. Okay, so our next topic is iframes only. ठीक है, iframes basically ना, as you can see here. ठीक है, this is an iframe. ठीक है, when you want to display a web page is within a web page, then in that case we use an iframe. ठीक है, so for iframe, like I want to add an iframe of google. In that case I just have to provide the description and url. I To be honest, I have worked on more than 10 projects so far, and I have never used iframe. So it is very outdated concept, I think. But uh, I don't think I have used it so far, but ठीक है, ये exist करते हैं, and it is a good thing, good topic too. Guys, give me 5 minutes. I will be back in 5 minutes, and I will join again.